when Thytok, daughter of Waikar, said that the orcs were to cross the Kier Peaks, no one doubted it would be the harshest endeavor they had ever faced, but still much better than staying behind in the cursed land of Orakion. However, they couldn't have possibly imagined just how terrible it would be. Kier is the very definition of the word uninhabitable, not only because of its freezing weather, snowstorms, avalanches, and precipices, but also because of something few ever speak of: the monstrosities that have made it their home. Frost spiders, horrible beings the size of a barrel, were one of the worst creatures they encountered. Their poison is cruel like no other, increasing the freezing point of blood, effectively solidifying their victims' bodies in a painful process known as sanguine crystallization. They were not the only species to claim the lives of many orcs, though. Zenith wolves, a winged variant of the common predators, took hundreds of them in their aerial hunting raids. After 19 grueling months of travel, they managed to leave behind the icy hellscape of Kier, descending into more temperate hills, but still taller than anything the orcs had ever climbed before the cataclysm, of course. Those hills are known as Death's Stairway by the orcs. Such is the trauma Kier left on them. Only a small fraction of all those who followed Thytok survived the perilous journey. From the lost hills of Death's Stairway, the twice surviving Orcs of Orakion could finally bear witness to their new homeland, a beautiful region they named Seamstone, because of its curious rocky formations that intertwined with patches of moss and grass. Slowly descending, their bones still chilled from the journey through Kier, the orcs made their first huts. Despite all the loss and suffering, a festive mood washed over Thytok's host, and hastily collected fruit and roasted boar were laid out in a feast. Relative abundance welcomed them into this new land, with readily available fruit, lumber, and wild animals. After most had recovered from the exhaustion of the journey, the orcs began their quest to scout the land around them, to locate good hunting spots, and mark down the places where valuable resources could be found. According to folklore, a town only becomes a town when the first inhabitant dies and is buried by their people. That milestone marks the moment where the settlement is established, not only in the material plane, but also in the spirit realm. Seamstone's first death arrived fairly quickly, only 3 days after they landed down from Death's Stairway, as a brave warrior named Kural Taikir died after the wounds left by a frost spider proved too much to bear. And as the spirit realm became acquainted with the Orcs of Orakion's new home, something eerie encroached their settlement. Even the dullest of orcs has noticed that something isn't quite in its place within Seamstone. Not since Kural died. Children are scared of playing outside, and they speak of moving shadows that observe them from the edges of the region's many caves. No one knows what strange powers rule this land, but Thytok and her followers know that they must uncover it quickly before they are exiled by the supernatural once again.